Hey guys, I'm back with another video. So this article comes from CNBC.com, and it's kind of funny, really. So according to this article, Cruiser confirmed that robot techs rely on human assistance every 4 to 5 miles. Now they were doing all this talking on the news about this supposed to be a self-driving cruiser. It's supposed to be like, whatever. But it needs human assistance every 4 to 5 miles. Like, really? Personally, in my opinion, I think y'all need to cancel this robot test thing anyway, because it's been proven in the things don't really work out so well with this robot test. That's why they recently banned those self-driving cruiser tested in California, because it didn't work out so well. But there's an audio to this article, so let's go ahead and listen
to this. Cruise confirms robotaxis rely on human assistance every 4 to 5 miles. Published Monday, the 6th of November 2023, 7:11 p.m. as updated 34 minutes ago. This cruise in San Francisco seemingly could not figure out how to pull aside on a narrow street to let a bus pass. Matt Rosoff, CNBC. Cruise CEO and founder Kyle Vogt posted comments on Hacker News on Sunday responding to allegations that his company's robotaxis aren't really self-driving, but instead require frequent help from humans working in a remote operations center. First, Vogt confirmed that the General Motors-owned company does have a remote assistance team, in response to a discussion under the header, GM's Cruise alleged to rely on human operators to achieve autonomous driving. The CEO wrote, Cruise EVs are being remotely assisted, RA, 2-4% of the time on average, in complex urban environments. This is low enough already that there isn't a huge cost benefit to optimizing much further, especially given how useful it is to have humans review things in certain situations. CNBC confirmed with Cruise spokesperson Tiffany Testo that the comments were accurate and came from the company's CEO. Cruise recently took the drastic move of grounding all of its driverless operations following a collision that injured a pedestrian in San Francisco on the 2nd of October. The collision and Cruise's disclosures around it led to state regulators stripping the company of its permits to operate driverless vehicles in California unless there is a driver aboard. The DMV previously said its decision was based on several factors, citing 4 regulations that allow suspension in the event the department determines the manufacturer's vehicles are not safe for the public's operation, and the manufacturer has misrepresented any information related to safety of the autonomous technology of its. During that incident, Cruise previously told NBC its vehicle braked aggressively before impact, and because it detected a collision but then tried to pull over, and in the process pulled the pedestrian forward about 20 feet. Rival Waymo, which is owned by Google parent company Alphabet, continues to operate in the city. How often do remote workers intervene? A New York Times story followed last week diving into issues within Cruise that may have led to the safety issues and setback for Cruise's reputation and business. The story included a stat that at Cruise, workers intervene to help the company's cars every 2.5 to 5 miles. Vogt explained on Hacker News that the stat was a reference to how frequently Cruise robotaxis initiate a remote assistance session. He wrote, of those, many are resolved by the AV itself before the human even looks at things, since we often have the AV initiate proactively, and before it is certain it will need help. Many sessions are quick confirmation requests, it is okay to proceed, that are resolved in seconds. There are some that take longer, and involve guiding the AV through tricky situations. Again, in aggregate this is 2-4% of time in driverless mode. CNBC asked Cruise to confirm and provide further details on Monday. The Cruise spokesperson wrote in an email that a remote assistance session is triggered roughly every 4 to 5 miles, not every 2.5 miles in Cruise's driverless fleet. Oftentimes the AV proactively initiates these before it is certain it will need help, such as when the AV's intended path is obstructed, for example construction blockages or detours, or if it needs help identifying an object, she wrote. Remote assistance is in session about 2-4% of the time the AV is on the road, which is minimal. And in those cases, the road advisor is providing wayfinding intel to the AV, not controlling it remotely. CNBC also asked crews for information about typical response time for remote operations, and how remote assistance workers at crews are trained. More than 98% of sessions are answered within 3 seconds, the spokesperson said. She added, road advisors undergo a background check and driving record check, and must complete 2 weeks of comprehensive training prior to starting, consisting of classroom training, scenario-based exercises, live shadowing and knowledge-based assessments. Advisors also receive ongoing training and undergo supplemental training whenever there is a new feature or update. Regular reviews, refreshers, and audits are conducted to ensure high performance. As far as the ratio of remote assistance advisors to driverless vehicles on the road, the crew spokesperson said, during driverless operations there was roughly 1 remote assistance agent for every 15-20 driverless AVs. George Mason University professor and autonomous systems expert Missy Cummings, who was previously a safety advisor to the Federal Vehicle Safety Agency, NHTSA, told CNBC that whether or not the public still considers cruise vehicles self-driving, it has been an industry standard for humans to be on call, monitoring the operations of drones, robotics, and now autonomous or semi-autonomous vehicles. I start to get concerned, she said, about how we're using humans when we are using them. In other domains, we've seen issues where, for example, an air traffic controller maybe fell asleep on the job. Cummings also said it will be very important to understand whether cruise vehicles involved in any collisions, especially in the October pedestrian collision, called back to remote operations for help. I would like to know whether a human was notified at all, and what the human's actions were in the remote operations center. Crews declined to say whether the 2nd of October incident triggered a remote assistance call, whether a human advisor made decisions to authorize the vehicle's movement, or whether any cruise employee had called 911. The company spokesperson said, "We have initiated third-party reviews of the 2nd of October incident, and are working with NHTSA on their investigation as well. In respect of those processes, we will await the findings of those reviews before commenting further." GM said last month that the company has lost roughly $1.90 billion on cruise in the first 9 months of this year, including $732 million in the third quarter alone.
Wow. Okay, you heard the hard argument to that, right? So, wow. Y'all want to tell me what y'all think about this situation right here. All I'm gonna say is this. And they lost $1.9 billion on the cruise for the first 9 months of this year. Well, they ought to tell these people something. You was planning on coming out with this type of self-driving cruiser. If you lost that much money behind that, then maybe you need to rethink your strategy. Think about what you're doing with this old robotaxi. And like I mentioned earlier, it done had a couple of incidents anyway. So I don't know what these people think. I don't know what these people plan on doing with this self-driving cool robot taxi from here on out. But yeah, you lost that much money behind them, but yeah, they ain't looking too good. But y'all let me know what you think about this situation in the comment section. I'll make sure I leave the link to this article in the description box. And I will see you all next time.